Hey! Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust, talking about the Rust console edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the next generations, and everything in between. And today we're talking about the testing branch update that's going to happen starting the week of December 6th, 2021. As of recording this, so I'll say this week. It's coming at some point. I don't know if it's a Tuesday or a Thursday or when, but we're going to go over what we do know, what's not going to be in this particular update, and don't fret even if you don't see something in here, because I believe there'll be multiple testing branch updates before it hits live, but we'll get into it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get into it. Okay, first things first, unofficially confirmed, we have Schmoil coming in. It's all basically but confirmed. Schmoil being the small oil rig. Yes, that's right. I know you guys have probably seen this already. I've been talking about this for a minute, but small oil rig is definitely going to be in this playtest branch update. Now, there's not going to be any helicopters, although the way they were talking about it makes me think that, you know, not in this update, but they're definitely thinking about it, touching it, working with it. I don't know. Question mark? I don't know how to really describe it, but it seems to me like maybe it was an option at some point. I don't know. Either way, it was interesting that they were talking about modes of transportation. Oh yeah, you know what? We actually did a video on this, modes of transportation. I will go ahead and link that now in the upper right-hand corner. And if you're on another device and somehow the little doodle-loops didn't work out, because YouTube's being kind of weird, I don't know if it's Aunt Susan hating us or what, but I will post it in the pinned comment down below. So hopefully that helps everybody out. So anyways, yeah, modes of transportation, that's also very interesting because the maps have gotten larger. Okay, so next big thing here, since we don't have any modes of transportation like the Mini, which I freaking love, this is going to be a boats-only scenario. Or I guess you could swim there. Let me go ahead and show you what we're talking about here. With this coming out, boats are going to be a massive thing. With no villages or places where you can purchase these bad boys on our version, collecting these and sticking these under a rooftop securely is how you basically keep a boat from decaying. Now you can fix a boat by having a hammer, metal fragments, and wood, and then smacking the boat and it will fix it. But really what you want to do is find these and secure them as quickly as possible in a boathouse. I do have a boathouse build. I will go ahead and link now in the upper right hand corner. You can use this with any base. This sits up on, I was going to say river, this sits up on the water. We secure, I guess, you know what, boats do spawn up on the river, which really doesn't make any sense, but you're going to want to secure these on the sea line because, or shoreline, because this is a sea craft for the oil rig. Anyways, boats are going to be a massive thing. I'm telling you, this is a monument you want to push. Or, hey, you know what? You could sit on the shoreline, wait for them to come back. Anyways, one of the other things we always talk about live on stream, you've heard us say it a million times, Scuba Gear is going to be a thing. So when you do an oil rig, and let's say your boat gets sunk or somebody comes running up on it, a good way to escape is going to be using Scuba Gear. Or if your team gets waxed, that's entirely possible. That's going to be a thing. So Scuba Gear to DIP and get out of there. I think this is large oil rig, but anyways, this is Schmoil right here. So Scuba Gear, boats, and oil rig is definitely going to be a thing. So it's pretty exciting. Even though they said no helicopter, it's still, you know, I'm like, okay, you guys are thinking about transportation. Excellent. I think I cover this as a point later, but just remember, I think this is going to be the first testing branch update, and there could be multiple this month, but again, we'll hit that later. So what we did confirm for this week's patch for testing branch only, there is going to be no power surge. It's a little concerning where you're like, what? No, it's still going to be in the game. They're still working on it. It's still going to come in, most likely on the testing update. I'm sorry, testing branch update number 2 before it hits live branch. So power surge is still a thing. So even though it's not going to hit us this week, it's still something you definitely want to make sure you're up on. And if you're like, hey, what's power surge? If you haven't heard my videos before, well, power surge is going to change the way turrets are done and the way you protect your base, whether you're attacking them or whether you're the attackee. So I do have a video on power surge. Again, I will link that now in the upper right hand corner. It's going to change things, and even if you're not going to be an electrician, it's worth your while to at least have the base understanding for this. So I'm telling you, even though it's not in this particular patch, it's kind of good because you're going to need to absorb some stuff, because it looks a little wild at first, right? I mean, look at all this crazy stuff. Anyways, so the next piece we got here is this is going to be the first PTB, that's what they call it, public test branch or testing branch or staging or experimental. This is going to be the first update. Now, I think they're getting this because they have Shmoy ready. Maybe there's a few tweaks here and a couple of quality of life things, like we can't do loot rooms with the ramps with boxes on top. That's definitely a glitch, by the way. People are asking about that. I even showed it in one of the videos. So, yeah, so this will be the first one. I think they wanted to make sure they had something in before this guy creeps in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I know most of the world takes a break, or most companies do around this time, around New Year's and such. So, you know, the holidays. So I think they wanted to make sure that's in there. I think at the rate they're going, there could potentially be a secondary PTB update before this hits. I'm guessing here. Again, as we get more information, we will let you know. And that will most likely have things like power surge, but we don't know. That's speculation. Maybe that's more of a hope because it's such a big deal. It's going to change so much because turrets are OP right now. Anyways, another thing to remember, that it can update and wipe at any time. This is the testing branch only. As yeah, so basically when the update's ready, they don't have to wait for a wipe cycle, which is really good. And for those of you that have standard, you're like, hey man, we don't get this stuff. You do get this stuff. It just has to be put in, polished, certified, and then it gets sent out. So have no fear, you are getting all of those things. And again, this kind of curtails until the last point. We have a lot more time until the live update. Even if all these things come in before the holidays, we still have a little bit of time as it settles in and then gets certified and then shipped out. So really exciting, man. I know we're going to be live streaming this often. RazorTube, myself, and BioLaser, the Boyfriend Squad, will be doing it up. So if you're watching this as a video, you know, come by and be like, what's up? And, you know, because we're most likely live, dude. Most likely. We stream all the time. So, you know, come by and say hi. Say what's up. And if you found this video useful and helpful, be sure to drop a like. It helps me out tremendously. And, you know, if you're into it, consider dropping that subscribe and turning that notification bell onto all. Because, you know, that's how you'll know. We'll show you. We'll be in there. We'll be doing it. All right, love you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye! Trying to be fancy and dance before we left, but we're just gonna have to do it like this. I'm sorry, I messed it up so bad.